Hey guys, today I want to make a video about my favorite Pokemon in Generation 8, which is Eldegoss. When I first saw Eldegoss in the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer, I fell in love with it, and I'm like, yeah, this Pokemon is like my favorite Pokemon. Eldegoss is a grass type Pokemon, which is the Cotton Bloom Pokemon. The weight is very light, so if it gets hit by like a heavy slam or heat crush, it's totally dead. Um, but his ability is kind of regenerator, FX4. I'll talk about those abilities later. But yeah, this Pokemon is meant for like taking up damage, and but knowing that, looking at his base stats, it's a 60 for HP, 50 for attack, 90 for defense, 80 for special attack. Special defense is the best stats, which is 120, and speed is 60. So Eldegoss is a slow Pokemon, but with his special defense, he's mostly there to switch in to get hit by a special attacker to cause survive. And he's more in the special attack side, judging by the attack. Its attack damage and his special attack damage. Like, there's no reason to go attack. And then the only thing that's poor about the base stats here is his HP is very low. It's the same as his like speed. So his HP for 60 and speed, like those two don't match up too well. Which means like there's no point in investing EV points into his speed, but just give it all to his HP for survivability. So Eldegoss is meant for like a tank or like a support Pokemon. Not too much going for damage. The good thing is his defense is 90, so he could survive a hit from a physical attack. But granted, he's mainly for switching for a special attacker. And his type defense, which is like his weakness and resistance. He's weak against fire, ice, poison, and bug, and flying. But of course, in most of the battles that's happening, like I don't really see too many poison type moves and bug types. So the moves I'm more worried about is just fire, ice, and flying, which is like very common. But his resistance is really good, which is water, electric, grass, and ground. Those are very common types that I see in my opponent brings, or see that's used most often. So switching in or getting hit by those moves isn't bad, especially when he has the ability Con Spore and FX4. But then his evolution chart is Gossifleur is his basic form, pre-evolution, and then Eldegoss is the last evolution that was up at level 20. And then the moveset for Eldegoss is mostly just all grass moves. As you can see, there are some physical moves here, but this is like in the early stage where like Gossifleur is still leveling up. So those are just to like, if you play through the storyline from the beginning, like that's what you expect. But his main moves are just pretty much like Leaf Storm, which is the strongest grass move that he has, and then like he also has like these support moves like Synthesis to heal up depending upon the type of weather there is. If it's like sunny, then it heals 2/3, but for any other weather, it only heals like 1/3. And I believe if it's like no weather, then it's just 50. And and when he evolves, he gets Con Spore, which is lowers my opponent's speed by 2. And then his TMs here, it's a lot of his TMs are like support moves like Light Screen, Charm, Attract, like Sunny Day for the Synthesis for the healing, Helping Hand, which is very useful, and Around. Other than that, not too many TMs that are very offensive. Solar Beam is nice too, but it's a 2-turn charge which can be worked with Sunny Day or a Pokemon that can set up the sun like right away. But Solar Beams, it's kind of hard to play Eldegoss for Solar Beam, especially since Eldegoss is just like a tank. But the TRs for Eldegoss is very useful, especially like Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff is a offensive and a defensive type of move. Offensive because it's a bug type. For against like psychic and dark. And other grass. But and it with the power of 90. But then it's also defensive because you can use it on your teammate, so it doesn't hurt your teammate, but it actually heals your teammate. So that's what makes it like, yeah. So Eldegoss would usually have this move for double battle. And then another good grass type move that's not Giga Drain, but yet not too strong like Leaf Storm. Too, that's not like a double-edged sword of Leaf Storm is Energy Ball. Energy Ball is a 90, which is a good grass type move. It's higher than Energy Ball. I mean Giga Drain. So Energy Ball is it is kind of common on Eldegoss. And then the other TRs are just like support moves like Sleep Talk and Endure. Endure is very useful because of his ability. But I'll talk about that later. And then Substitute to get annoying, because just like Whimsicott Substitute, having a Substitute Eldegoss can be annoying too. But in the end, like I don't really see too much useful for that. But yeah, that's it for Eldegoss's main page here. Next, I'll go to Eldegoss's damage calculation. So I have Eldegoss in the calm nature, which is boosts up his special defense, but lowers his special attack. I mean, this is attack, which is his attack is useless. So the best stat to lower is his attack. And the opponent pretty much is just Silvally. I just gave it Silvally because it's an all-arounder Pokemon that can change his type with memories. So then the moves I gave Silvally is Flamethrower, Poison Jab, Air Slash, and X Scissor. Those are all of Eldegoss's weakness, and those are the most common moves that I see in the battles too. So then we're giving him those moves. You can see up here about the damage percentage. Like a normal type Pokemon that uses Flamethrower, because it doesn't have Stab, it will only do like about, I would say, within this range, a little bit over 80%. I would say like 81%. So that's like leave Eldegoss with 20% left. And so obviously, like, watch out for Flamethrower, but all the other moves are like Poison Jab, X Scissors is a little bit over half, and Air Slash is the only one that's like the least. But yeah, but which means like, because Air Slash is a special, Flamethrower is a special, even with my EVs, 252 to his special defense and 252 to his HP, like that's still a lot of damage. So like, even though, yeah. So now let's just switch to fire. So now, Eldegoss can't survive a Flamethrower because I'm assuming that if they're a fire type Pokemon, and they invest in all their EV points to a special attack, yeah, Flamethrower automatically knocks out Eldegoss. So I need to stay away from fire type. But if it's not a fire type, any other types, then he will survive no matter what. Then let's just say if it was a flying type. So flying type for Air Slash. Air Slash will only do roughly about 50%. So he'll still survive. But most of the time, I'm not too worried about flying types against Eldegoss because of his special defense. But now let's go to, well actually, now that I thought about it, I didn't give him a nature 2, so why don't I give him modest? So this change, okay, this will change a little bit, now it's a little bit more. So taking 2 air, or at least he'll take up 1 Air Slash. But then if I were to go to a fire type for Flamethrower, yeah, it's overkill. So granted, don't go up against a fire type at all. But now let's just go to Poison Jab and X Scissor. Those two are physicals. So I'll go to Adamant. So now Poison Jab will be 6, so pretty much a little bit over half, just like X Scissor, just gonna go a little over half too. Which means at least Eldegoss can tank 1 hit. These are physical, which is Eldegoss's weakest. Wait, that's not his. Oh, those aren't. Oh, these aren't his stats. Let me change up his stats for a bit. I was like, why are the points wrong? Let's go back to 50, and then 90, and then 80, 80, and then 120. Yeah, here we go. Now it looks a little bit more better. Alright, so now with a now let's go back to a fire type. So yeah, it's flamethrower still overkills. So that was the stats more correct. Yeah. Let's go with flying. Just double check flying to see if the stats really make a difference. Yeah. So still, I would say air slash. He would still at least take one hit. So fire is the most dangerous move. Now let's go to poison. Poison adamants. Poison adamant. So okay. So this is this is definitely worse. But at least he'll still survive. So granted that he'll still survive one hit of the poison move for sure. Of course, unless poison jab poisons Eldegoss, then the game's over. Well, maybe because it might activate his Agua Berry right here. And then let's just go to bug type. See how bug. So same thing, 82 to 9. So just that Exeter is a normal type. So Eldegoss will survive one hit. So yeah, that's pretty much the calculations for against Pokemon that has like Eldegoss's weakness. And obviously the common moves for Eldegoss is just Giga Drain, Energy Ball, Leaf Storm, and Pollen Puff. But usually I don't really need to worry about these damage calculations much. Granted, as long as they're a little bit over like 10%, that's all I need from other Pokemon to finish off them. So next, let's go to the moveset. So let's talk about his Calm Down ability. Eldegoss. So what Calm Down does is it lowers all Pokemon on the field when Eldegoss gets attacked. Whether it's physical or special, it still activates Calm Down. Whether Eldegoss is knocked out, it still activates Calm Down before Eldegoss leaves the field. So what makes Calm Down so useful is that like when opponents who love to bring speed type Pokemon, they like this really like hinders them a lot. Like hinders them a lot to make my fast Pokemon take care of theirs. Like, cause usually who goes first usually has the advantage. And then with Agua Berry, like when Eldegoss reaches a 4th HP, it activates, which heals 33% of its health. Granted, it's not 50 like the past generations, but it's still better than nothing. And then the stats I gave him, which is the calm nature, just like in the damage calculation, his special defense is his best stat. So just boost that up to survive our special attacks, and then boost up his HP. Like there's no much reason to boost up his other stats, like maybe his defense. But then in the end, I don't like. There's definitely other Pokemon in the team when paired with Eldegoss that can take a defensive hit and just leave Eldegoss with a special defense. And then I just gave the last 4 points to a special attack just for like the little extra damage. Sure, I can give it to his defense, but granted, like it doesn't feel like it's gonna matter, and I wouldn't want to switch to a defensive Pokemon too, or attacking Pokemon that aids for his defense. So having his attack is fine. And 60 speed is so low that investing it here isn't really gonna be that useful. But yeah, let's just talk about his moves now. Helping Hand. Most of his moves are just gonna be supporting moves. Helping Hand is definitely like one of the ones which boosts up your allies' attack by 1.5, whether it's special or physical. This is a priority move too. So if they do target Eldegoss, at least not only does he boost up your ally, but his Calm Down ability is going to activate. Like this. Yeah. So next, let's go to Leaf Seed. Leaf Seed lashes onto your opponent. Unfortunately, it is 90% accuracy, so there is a chance of it missing, which it does suck if it misses because it's such a powerful move. But yeah, Leaf Seed, pretty much every end of the turn, Eldegoss gains a little bit of the Pokemon who got hit by Leaf Seed by an eighth. And then with Endure is like Protect. Instead, Protect completely blocks an attack unless they Dynamax, or they use like Feint to break Protect. But instead, what Endure does is it leaves a Pokemon with 1 HP, no matter how many times they get attacked. And then the whole point of Endure is for the Calm Down ability, which as long as if they keep attacking Eldegoss, Calm Down will keep activating, which keeps lowering their speed. which gains my other Pokemon the advantage to gain gain the upper hand. Unfortunately, of course, Calm Down affects all Pokemon, including the partner next to Eldegoss. So yeah, it's better if I switch into a faster Pokemon than staying with the ones that's already on the field. And then Giga Drain is just for survivability. So, and also before I go back to Giga Drain, I'll finish up with Vendor. With Vendor leaving Eldegoss with 1 HP, it's gonna activate a Guava Berry too, which is less than a 4th HP, so 33% healing. So which will make Eldegoss survive a little bit longer on the field, just to activate more Calm Down. And then yeah, Giga Drain is just pretty much to survive. Heals 50% of damage deal. Granted, with 80% at special attack, like I won't be getting much back, but a little bit damage is better than nothing. But yeah, this is a counter down Eldegoss, which I think I like this ability more than his other ones. But let's just go to the regeneration Eldegoss. This one I gave him eject button, and the combo of eject button and regeneration is that like I don't start off with Eldegoss, but I have him in the back, and then when my opponent brought a Pokemon that has a strong typing against one of mine, and then I brought in the front, I can just switch to Eldegoss for a free switch. So the Eldegoss will come in, take the hit, and the eject button's gonna switch him out right away. So then with the hit that he just took, Regenerate is gonna heal it back by a third. And then yeah, I can switch into the other Pokemon in the back that was next to Eldegoss. So that's the combo. And then the stats I gave him, like same stats I guess, but instead of lowering his attack, I lowered his speed, but going with a sassy nature. And then so that lowers his speed because I think I prefer this Eldegoss a little bit more better in Trick Room, because like with regenerability, like and well also because his speed is so slow. His speed is so low that I can't see too much use of it. So by going with a Trick Room team, it would help a lot. Because with his move of Pollen Puff, it can heal with Leaf Seed to heal back too. And then the only move that I changed compared to the Calm Down one is just Charm. Charm is useful because it lowers my opponent's attack by 2. Granted, it is kind of bad because Eldegoss's defense is 90, which she doesn't want to get hit by an attack. But if I'm lucky enough, if Charm goes through, like it would definitely be helpful against my team. And then with Trick Room 2, there's a chance that Eldegoss could be faster, so that would be nice to just give a Charm off. So the next Eldegoss will be the hidden ability effects for one, which is a 30% chance to poison, paralyze, sleep on the Pokemon that made contact with Eldegoss. Unfortunately, I believe it's only a contact move, so special attacks they won't trigger this effect or this ability. But at the same time, there are some special moves that are contact moves, so like you never know. And then with the Manga ability, it's very similar to the Guava Berry. They're both the same, pretty much. So like in the end, I didn't just want to put 2 Guava Berries. I just switched it up. It's just a healing item, and then this time around, I went the nature modest. Just this Eldegoss with the Expect Spore, like he's just mainly for like straight up damage. Like this one just like damage because I'm like, you know what? To make his effect Spore ability useful, just make him a threat. So just put all his points into special attack and HP for survivability. Granted, I don't have to go HP. I can just go straight up to speed, but I still believe like survivability is better. Cause he might get one shot, and if he get one shot, then the point investing all his points into special attack is gonna be useless. So survivability to me is a lot better. And then yeah, just Giga Drain, Pollen Puff, Leaf Storm because it's the strongest leaf damage, and then Growth. Growth is useful because it raises his attack and special attack by 1 stage, but if it's in the sun, it'll raise it by 2. So if I team up Eldegoss with like Torkoal that brings Drought, which activates the Suns right away, or Ninetales also brings Drought, which uses up the Sun right away too. Like it'll be very useful. But yeah, those are the abilities for Autogross. And then the team that I brought with the team that I'll be playing in the next video will be the Calm Down Autogross. This team I played a few games with it and I liked it a lot because like the strategy here is that Calm Down does that ability doesn't work on Clear Body Dragapult, so then my opponent's speed will be lowered, but then not Dragapult. Granted, Dragapult is the fastest Pokemon in the game at the moment. So like like unless my opponent has a Choice Scarf Pokemon or like Choice Scarf Dragapult, that's the only way. But you know, with Calm Down, it's and I guess if I go up against another Dragapult, it'll be kind of troublesome. But I'll take care of it with my other Pokemon. And then Dragapult, I'll give Dragapult with I paired Dragapult with Autogross too, because Dragapult is a strong physical attacker, and I give him Life Orb for the extra damage, Phantom Force, Outrage, and U-Turn. So the combo of Dragapult in this team is just to run away. Like I can start out with Dragapult and Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl can fake out one of their Pokemon. Hopefully it's not a Dark Pokemon or a Ghost Pokemon. And then Dragapult can just use U-Turn. And most of the time when I battle, most of the opponent will target Dragapult. So I'll use U-Turn to run away. To switch out to Autogross, activate Autogross' counter ability, and then lowers all the Pokemon in the field's speed. Grimmsnarl's speed can be lowered, but that's fine because he has Prankster, so he'll usually go first using these status moves. Unfortunately, he has Play Rough, but Play Rough is just in case he's the only Pokemon left, that I have. But yeah, Grimmsnarl can use Light Screen for special attackers and Thunder Wave to slow down Pokemon that, like for example, like the other Dragapult, or a Pokemon that isn't affected by Autogross' Calm Down or anything like that. But it's just just in case Autogross is knocked out too. Thunder Wave can be useful. And then Corviknight is more for type coverage, but also Corviknight can also tank up a physical hit. Like if I switch in Autogross and switch out Autogross, I can go to Corviknight, and start set up with Bulk Up. And then Corviknight is also my taunt Pokemon for Trick Room users or Pokemon that just like to get annoying and just sets up on me. And then Arcanine is my usual Arcanine that I usually like to bring. The Flamethrower Arcanine. Well, I guess this one's more special because I don't really have too much special users in this team, so I just made Arcanine a special user. And then Snarl, Snarl to lower special attacks, and then Will-O-Wisp to burn physical attackers, and then Bodos. I like Bodos here a lot on this Autogross' team because if I use Bodos while Autogross is on the field, Autogross' resistance to Bodos, and not only that too, it lowers my opponent's speed by 1 if they're not flying or levitate. And not only that too, by hitting Bodos hitting Autogross, it also triggers Autogross' Calm Down ability too, so it harshly lowers my opponent's speed. So that's a good combo when having Autogross and Arcanine on the field. Yeah, and then the last Pokemon is just Rotom Wash. I just need a really strong special attacker, but at the same time, I wanted one that can use Volt Switch. So that's why I gave Choice Specs to Rotom, which would do which boosts up his attack by 1.5, which make Volt Switch hit a little harder than I need to. And just Volt Switch, like instead of bringing Dragapult, Grimmsnarl, I can just bring Rotom and Grimmsnarl. So then Grimmsnarl will fake out, and then Rotom can just Volt Switch to Autogross. Yeah, so like pretty much Dragapult is for the physical U-turn, and then Rotom is for the special Volt Switch. But yeah, that's pretty much like the team. It's pretty straightforward too. And Dark Pulse just do coverage for like Psychic and Ghost type Pokemon. But yeah, this will be the team I'll be bringing in the next video. I can't wait to show you guys. And then for this, this will show me the type coverage of this team. So like for example, Autogross is weak against Fire, Ice, Poison, Flying, and Bug. you know, and these Pokemon has their resistance and weakness too, so I can tell that, you know, in total I have 2 weaknesses, Corviknight and Eldegoss, weakness to fire, and then I have 2 that's weakness to ice, 2 that's weakness to poison, and 2 that's weakness to fairy. But the resistance, they have a lot of good resistance. Unfortunately, I don't have any resistance to rock, but that's fine. I already have like, yeah, I have a lot of resistance here, and especially like for Rotom, I have 4 Pokemon resistance to grass. Rotom's the only one that's weakness to grass, so it's fine for me to bring Rotom to a grass team. Well, not a full grass team, but at least a team that brings a lot of grass. Like, I have so much coverage to it. And then also have the moveset down too for so this will show me who my ace Pokemon is majority of the time. Like for example, even though Arcanine is not really like my ace Pokemon, he can be in certain situations because you can tell he covers a lot of moves. Granted, the only reason why I don't really kind of count him as an ace because most of his moves, their damage power is very low. But yeah, Rotom can be easily an ace move. Corviknight can be an ace Pokemon. Dragapult can be an ace Pokemon. The only 2 that's very obvious is Eldegoss and Grimmsnarl. They can't be my ace Pokemon. They're just like my supporting Pokemon or like my tank Pokemon. And also, like, I gotta watch out for Steel type Pokemon or Steel type moves. Mostly Steel type Pokemon, I guess, because 3 of my Pokemon does like not very effective damage on them. And only one of them does, which is Arcanine. So every time I see a Steel type, I should just bring out Arcanine. Of course, unless if it's Duraludon, which isn't weak against fire. But yeah, this is pretty much the team, and these are pretty much the website that I use to kind of prepare for my videos or prepare for a battle that, you know, I'm gonna go into. But yeah, also if you like them or interested in them, I'll also link them in the description below. But yeah, this is my video for Eldegoss, which is my favorite Pokemon. Like, yeah, it's like I said, like ever since they came out, he came out in the trailer, and I read his abilities and what he can do. Like he's a fun and cute Pokemon, and you know I can't wait to show him in battle. Of course, he's only my favorite Pokemon Generation 8. I also have other favorite Pokemon in other generations, and you know, so like in any one of them could be like my mascot. But yeah, other than that, this is it for the video. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Also, in the upcoming upcoming videos or this weekend that's coming up, it's gonna be the February 2020 International Challenge competition, which is, you know, the challenge that I'm preparing for the past like few days. So that's why I haven't been uploading videos lately too. But yeah, watch for those videos coming out too. But other than that, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.